Hello guys, welcome to my channel again. It's more revelations. So today's video is a bridal makeup tutorial, but I'm working on a textured skin. So on that day my model came, I saw her and I was like, what? I saw her face, her skin. No, to be sincere, it wasn't looking healthy. I almost wanted to send her back, but then I thought that I haven't worked on a skin like this, so why don't I just do this and give it a try. So we got here, I did a skin prep. I cleansed her face with my micellar cleansing water and used a vitamin C serum. On a skin like this, you really want the skin hydrated. You don't even want to work on a dried skin at all. She came with cornrows, so we had to take the cornrows out because we'll be tying Gele, and I want her hair to sleep. By the way, she also came with her friend, and her friend is helping us just pack her hair backward so that her hair won't get on her face. Okay, yes, it's also a vibe, and we had fun that day. So next, I moisturized her face with Cetaphil moisturizer. And then I went ahead to use Maron skin prep on her face to help me control oil and sweat. Usually oil because I don't want her face oily. And then I used my primer, my Rimmel primer, all over her face, and this primer will really help me a lot to help blow out this bumpiness, and at the same time her face is not looking too dried. Next, a foundation. I used L'Oreal True Match and VeeBeauty foundation. I'll be leaving all products used in the description box below. I used a small brush to place it on her face. I spray her face and then I blend it out with my beauty sponge. Guys, don't worry about this foundation shade. It will later oxidize and match up with our skin color. So after blending that out, I spray her face to help lock up the foundation, and then I went to use a darker shade of foundation to contour her face. I used a darker shade of VeeBeauty foundation to contour her face. Now contouring her face will help me give structure to her face. I use my beauty sponge to blend that well in her cheek bones to make it more defined. After that, I used my cream blush from Tehila Cosmetics. I placed that on her cheeks and making sure it's blended well into the contour. Now this will make the face look well defined. Now it's giving the face a very good structure. Next, I went in to conceal her face. If you're not new to my channel, you know I use Nuban concealer a lot, so I use Nuban concealer in 043. I use that to highlight her face. Now I've learned not to use so much concealer, so I just placed little concealer under her eyes and the necessary place, her forehead, her chin, just right on her upper lips, and then I used my beauty sponge to blend that out. While blending, I like to start up from the outer part of wherever it is I'm blending from the concealer. I don't just go right inside. I started from the outer part before going inside, so just make sure everything is really blended in so well before I then set all the concealed parts. And please don't forget to like this video and also subscribe to this channel if you have not yet subscribed. Also hit the notification bell to always get notified every time I drop a new video. Now I'm using my powder palette to set. I like to use a compact powder to set because compact powder gives full coverage. You can go right ahead to use a certain powder, it's fine, but I like to use a compact powder because it helps gives full coverage. So I set all the concealed parts and then used Milani powder in deep to set the rest of her face. I also contoured her nose with a not too dark shade of powder, so just to help soften it. I don't want our nose looking too dark. I used the same shade of powder to contour her face, like I'm setting the contour, the cream contour I did. I contoured her face, and I also used a powder blush. So basically I'm repeating all the things I did wet, I'm doing them dried. So all the cream products I used, I'm using a powder product to set everything in place. So next I'll be baking. I used RCMA setting powder to bake her face. I'm not using too much product. I'm just placing a little under her eyes and also all the places I concealed. So the part I love the most about this look is the eyes, and here is it. I did not include the brow process here because I don't want the video to be too long, but these eyes, hi. Okay, so I used a darker shade of powder on her crease. I used that as a transition color. So I'm using my Blosoom eyeshadow palette. I'm using that to create this look. So I just picked a purple eyeshadow there. I placed that all over her lid. I'm just blending that gently. You know, when it comes to eyeshadow placement, you have to be very careful. So I'm placing that gently with a fluffy brush. I then went ahead to place like it's still a purple color, but this is a matte eyeshadow, so I'm placing that on the outer corner of her eyes. I used a precise brush this time. Also used a black eyeshadow. I used the black eyeshadow to darken the outer corner. Now I'm using a fluffy brush to just blend that out. I don't want any demarcations, I don't want any harsh lines. I'm just blending that really well, blending it smoothly. I want everything to just blend in each other. Not like I really did so much on the eyes, but I think the color combination came out really nice. I picked a brown eyeshadow, then I just smudged out a lower lash line, and then I had to use a setting powder to help clean out the outer part of her eyes to give it a very clean V shape. So now for the pigments, I used elf glitters glue first on her eyes. Well, so this time around I'm using a very small precise brush to pick up the pigments. The pigment I'm using is from MK Cosmetics. I'm just placing that on a lid. I also went ahead to put like a nude shade of pigment on the inner corner of her eyes. I then used a small brush to dust off the pigment fallout on her face, and I then fixed her lashes, and also right now I'm lining her eyes. I'm using my gel liner to just line her eyes. I'm sorry my hand is all over, guys. I'm really sorry. I'm just lining her eyes. But guys, can you see how beautiful this eyes looks? Okay, so I picked a small brush to smudge it into the black eyeshadow. Now she has changed her outfit and tied her gele. So can you see the reason why we had to take out the cornrows? Because I said it earlier that we want our hair looking flat. If she had the cornrows, we won't get this effect. Doing her lips, I used my iMagic palette. I just lined her lip with those colors that I showed earlier, and then I used a pink color. I placed that in the middle of her lip. I just blend that in really well, and I added gloss on her lip. But guys, this is looking so beautiful. The eyes is looking so beautiful. I love it. And also I used my finishing spray to help seal her whole makeup. And yes guys, here is it. My model looks all good. You can see that her face is not really looking so bad compared to how she came. Here is how she looked before, and here is how she's looking now. She looks so beautiful. Like you can hardly tell she had a very rough face when she came earlier. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you learned something. The secret to working on this kind of face is to hydrate and just make sure you don't use so much product. Please don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.